Hello boys and girls. So today I want to explain to you what you will find at your collage studio. You will find your tray of green, what shapes are these? Triangles. You'll find all sorts of shades of green. There's lime green, there's light green, there's dark green. And then you'll have your tray of scissors and glue sticks. And then you will also have your bin with your scraps in it. So it'll look something like this with some scraps from other students that didn't need those papers. Now the first thing that you want to do is you'll want to get your base paper from the collage paper tray. I might do a blue color here. You can have whatever color background you want. So I'm just going to choose my base paper. So I chose blue. Now what you'll do at your table is you don't have to, but one option is to create a Christmas tree or a pine tree because Christmas is coming up, and you might want to make something cool for your house or make a present for somebody. So I'm going to start by finding just a green triangle, and since this is pretty large, it looks like it's going to come off of my paper a little bit. That's fine, but I'm just going to cut my triangle into two different triangles. So I'm cutting a straight line to one of the points, just like that. And I'm going to begin by building my tree from the bottom up. Just like a tree grows, it grows from the ground and then goes up. So I'm going to take my glue stick and play peekaboo with it, so it's just going to pop out just a little bit. And I'm going to glue the big green triangle. I'm not going to glue my blue base paper because then I might end up with a big gluey mess. So I'm going to take my green triangle, turn it over, and then I'm going to put it towards the bottom, and then I'm going to press it down. I'm just going to give it a nice little rub right there. Now I can find another triangle. Now this one looks like it's too big too. So what I can do is I can cut from one point, cut a diagonal line down to another one, and it's not very even, but I kind of like it that way. I think it looks a little interesting. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my green paper again instead of my blue paper again, so I don't have a big gooey sticky mess on my base paper that will show up. Now it does kind of hang off a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind it. I think it looks a little unique. And I want to find a different shade of green, and again this one looks like it's a little too big, so I'm just going to find the point, and I'm going to cut that out. And I'm just going to layer it on top of that one. Maybe I like it going that. I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure which way I like it the best. Maybe I'll try it that way. So sometimes we just have to decide how we want things placed. We're not quite sure at first, but then we just have to look at it and decide if we like it. I'm going to flip my triangle over, like that, press it down. Ooh, maybe I'll make a pattern with my green papers. Maybe I'll do dark, lime, and then regular green. Maybe if I do that one, maybe I'll slide it over a little bit. Kind of like that. So I'm taking my glue stick and I'm just going around the edges of my paper and then a little bit in the middle. Yeah. Now if I'm doing a pattern, that means it's going to repeat. So if I have dark, lime green, regular green, dark green, and then lime green. So maybe I'll put this one as the very top of my tree. I'm going to see which way I like the triangle the best. Maybe that way. Flip it over, glue it, flip it over again, and stick. There, now I have my tree. Now I could go into the scrap bin, and let's see what we have. We have some yellows and reds. Ooh, look at this one I found. It's a painted paper. This I think would look really good for the trunk of the tree, so I'm just going to trim it into a rectangle. I'm going to put those pieces that I don't need back into the scrap bin, and all of the green triangles will stay on the tray. That way people can find it and they won't get lost in the messy scraps. Yeah, I kind of like that. I might even tuck it underneath the tree there so it covers that yellow up and I have more brown. I'm going to glue that down, tuck it underneath the tree there. And there we go. That looks pretty good. Now what I could do is I could make a star for the top of the tree. Now stars are really hard to draw and they're really hard to cut out. So I'm going to show you my little trick. So I'm going to choose a side of my paper. This side looks the nicest, so I'm not going to draw on this side. I'm going to draw on this side, and I'm going to start by making the top of a triangle. And I'm going to draw a line straight through it so that it almost looks like the letter A. And I'm going to connect this point, go over to that side, and this point, go over to that side. Now some people might not like the lines that are crossing in between it, so I'm going to show you another little trick. So I'll grab my pair of scissors, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out just the outline of my star, the outside lines. They're all diagonal lines too. I'm going to cut that out, take that piece, and then I can put that in the scrap bin because someone might need that shape or piece. Notice how I'm not cutting the lines inside of the star, I'm just cutting the lines on the outside of the star. So I still have those lines on there, right? But what if I flip it over? I have my star that I could put at the top of my tree. So the key is, too, so that your lines don't show up on the front of your paper, you're going to put the glue on the back of your paper where the lines are at, and then you can put your star on. There. Now what you could do is you could find different colored pieces of paper in here and maybe cut out some ornaments. So maybe I'm going to practice cutting out circles. You could glue that onto the tree. I could also take maybe some crayons from my crayon bin and maybe I could make some designs on my ornament. So I'll do zigzags and dots. Zigzags and dots. And there we have it. And then I can glue it onto my tree and it'd be like an ornament. Or I could even take markers from my bin and I could make some patterns on my tree in each of the triangles. So maybe I'll do the zigzags and dots again here. Maybe I want to do curvy lines on this section. Maybe I want to do stars in this one. Maybe I want to do, oh, since this is the same color, maybe I'll do the same pattern on this one. Maybe I'll just switch the direction though. And there you'll have your beautiful Christmas tree all decorated. And when it's time to clean up, you'll put any leftover green triangles in here. You'll put your scissors and glue sticks back on here. Make sure you have caps on them. So you should have 4 glue sticks and 4 pairs of scissors. And any extra paper that you have will go into the scrap bin for other people to use.